these are the old lights we're going to be replacing. Now we're going to be replacing them with these LED lights, which are a lot more efficient, going to save you a lot more money, and generally all round better product. We'll get back to these in a bit and I'm going to talk about these in detail. First off, got a few things we've got to do. We've got to pull this down. Now these old spotlights are going to be on springs. What they have arms that clasp either side. So you want to pull it down, try not to damage the plaster, which is the hard bit. You want to pull the arms down. Like an old joke, do you know when you had that little mouse trap? If you open it, snap your fingers. It's exactly like that. It's really painful if it gets you. So you want to take your time, be slow, and then out comes this old contraption. Here's the light, here's what we're looking at. First thing you want to do is measure the hole. Now this is a cutout of 85mm, so I've got to find something as close to that, and again I'm going to talk about that in detail in a bit. But this is very important because the size of the light is dependent on the cutout you've got before. Now this is 85mm, so we've got to find a light that has the diameter that's going to fit this hole and it's going to be wide enough to cover the cutout around it. I've just found a product that is just big enough to cover the diameter of the hole. So what I'm going to do in the description is write a list of lights with the different sizes. So all you've got to do is measure the cutout and find out the product that's relevant to the cutout. Again, I'll leave that in the description, it'll make more sense when you get to it. First big tip I'm going to get is this. This is an electrical pen. This is very, very handy. So what it's going to do, the light's off. Now it's broken. It doesn't mean it's not live though. Pull it away. All you do is it's very simple. You press the on button, you go anywhere near a source of electric. So what we want to do is go towards where the cables are coming in to the terminal. That's what will tell you whether it's live or not. Now this light is clearly live. Just because it's not on, it doesn't mean it's not live, by the way. I'm not teaching you to suck eggs, but the best thing to do is this. Keep yourself safe, so find the consumer unit, find the fuse board and switch the power off to the area you're working on. You don't want any electric running through, so to make sure you're going to be 100% safe, find a breaker on your board that resonates to your area you're working in and switch it off. Failing that, just turn the whole fuse board off. If there's any point you feel like you're uncomfortable, ring an electrician, get them to do it because it's not worth it. But if the fuse board is off and all the power is isolated, then you are good to go. Again, keep the pen on you, keep checking, that way you're 100% safe. Now, quick rules. For replacing light for light on an old light, then generally speaking, you don't need an electrician or any certificates to replace it. So as a DIYer, as long as you feel competent enough to do it, it's perfectly legal to do it under normal conditions. But check, make sure you're not changing the circuitry of any lights, make sure you're not rewiring anything. That is totally different, and that's when you will need an electrician to sign off the work and make sure you're doing it completely legitimately. Okay, so we've measured diameter, we've ordered the spotlights. We're at the point now we're going to fit the new ones. This one needs to come off, obviously. What we have here is that these are fitted into terminal blocks. We used to call them chocolate blocks back in the day, but these are terminal blocks. And this is what it's all fixed to. Again, the electric's off now. We're completely isolated, we're safe to work. Again, if you are unsure, get your pen, turn it on. There we go, we're good. Always good just to check. I know it's off at the fuse board, but you don't know. Sometimes I've isolated the hallway light. Sometimes it could be lights running up from the top. You don't know what the electrician's been up to. So always use this as a backup. Right, we're good to go. If you disconnected it from your old light, literally it was just two cables. You've got two colours, red. In old cabling, red is live. The way I remember that is fire, red, live. That's how I'd remember it. These are LED lights. You don't even need a screwdriver. This is why it's so simple and perfect for a DIYer, because all it is literally just push terminal. So, like I said, in old cabling, red is live. In new cabling, you've got two different colours. Instead of red and black, you've got blue and brown. Now, blue is neutral. So the way I remember that, neutral, water, that's blue, right? Brown is live. But with this old cabling, red is live. Again, I'll leave this in the description. If you're unsure, use the description underneath this video as a reference for not only the products, but in terms of colouring and the electrical configuration on live, neutral and earth. Right, let's have a quick look at these lights then. So, these are Lesso, they're from Amazon. And to be honest, I've been very impressed with them. I'll leave a link in the description below. like I said, but the rating is D, which sounds low, but it's actually very high. Compared to the ones I've seen on the Amazon, that is the best red I could find. And it's so extremely efficient in terms of usage. And they're very slimline, and they have 3 different colours to choose from. So, you know, they're really nice lights. And the best thing is, I think they're only like £39, if I'm not mistaken. What you want to do is you literally just push that terminal there. Just push the button, push it in. That's there, you push that in, put it where it needs to go. Once you've got it in there, give it a nice little tug. Make sure that that is fully connected to this new terminal. So we've got the red with a live, black with a neutral. Is literally it. That is your light fully connected. Job done, there's no issue. That's that in place. Again, just make sure, give it a little tug. Now, your transformer, this is actually built into the light, so you don't have to worry about any extras there. It's all just one unit. So usually you can have transformer goes into the LED, disconnected. This is all as one. What you do is put it at the top, you're good to go. Now, let me show you something. You tested it, turn the power back on. Now, you've got a little switch on the side here. Now notice what's this going to do? It's change the warmth and the colour of the light. So you got 3 different, so you got warm white, standard, and you got ice white. So that is all built in the light. I'm actually just going to go for standard, and then all you got to do, you're going to pull these arms back. These are retracted on springs, so what you want to do is pull them right back, put the cable out of the way, get that over there, and then you want to pull it right back, put the arms into the hole, and there you go. Eyes up, job done, fixed to the ceiling. Now I'm just going to give you a demonstration with new cabling. Brown is going to be live, like we said before. So all you want to do, I'm just going to show you close up how it works. You push the brown into the live, push it right in there. You've got to really make sure you can push it into that terminal there. Give it a little tug. Now we know, again, L, live, brown cable. Remember, blue, neutral, think of water, that's how I remember it. Push that down, push it all the way in, and that is it. That is literally how easy it is. Job done. Let me show you another situation you might come across when you're replacing the old lights with the new. Let's look at. So in this instance, I've got 2 cables coming in, and we've also got an earth. Now this is still, even though it looks a bit different, still very much the same. We just want to leave the earth into this chocolate terminal block, leave this in place, leave it where it is. I'm going to take the other 2 out and put it into the light. So now what we have 2 cables, red going into the live, 2 neutrals, and then we've got the earth, which is still in a terminal block out the way, and it doesn't need to be connected. So then that all just goes up, and I took it out of the way, and the light goes up. Now the other option for connecting the cables, these are called Wagos. They're brilliant little things. You can buy them from most stores. And what you do is you just flick the arms up and down, and that's going to help you keep the earth cable safe. Or you could just use a chocolate block, terminal blocks like these. It's totally up to you, but I'll leave them in the links below. That's how easy it is to replace your LED lights in your home. So not only save some money, but get efficient lights. They're going to work better in the future. If you want to see how to attach or fix a new socket in your home, as in add an extra socket to your ring or into your living room or to your kitchen, again, it's a very easy task as long as you know how. Click this video here and I'll show you exactly how to fit a new socket. There's no extra experience needed, a very simple job as long as you follow the instructions there. Thanks a lot, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.